I'm making a strawberry shortcake torte, and I'm pairing teas with each of the foods I'm making, and I thought Earl Grey would be perfect. Figures I start with making dessert first. Half a cup of vegetable oil, half a cup of sugar, I can tell that's a fresh egg because the white is clinging to the yolk. Usually an egg that is about 5 days to 7 days separates a little easier. And I'll just whip this until it's frothy and foamy and about doubled in volume. Because I separated the eggs, I didn't get a full cake-like spongy whipped egg mixture. I just melted the sugar into the oil and egg yolk. A little lemon zest, and that distinctive flavor that I love in Earl Grey tea is actually bergamot, which is a citrus fruit. So Earl Grey tea pretty much goes with any citrus dessert. About half a teaspoon of vanilla, and my 1/3 of a cup of room temperature milk. I measured it and just let it sit out for a little while I was warming up the eggs at the same time. Again, to keep the cake really tender, I'm using pastry flour as opposed to all-purpose flour. 1 1/4 cups. A teaspoon and a half of baking powder. Takes a fair bit of baking powder because I don't have the whites folded into the cake batter. And a 1/4 teaspoon of fine salt. I'll add the sifted pastry flour all at once. And the last thing to do now is make the meringue layer for the top of the cake. While they're whipping, I'll add the remaining half a cup of sugar. Nice firm peak on the whites. So now I'm ready to layer the cakes. First, the base cake. When I spread batter into a square pan, I pull it to the corners first, and then spread the batter along the sides. Dollop the meringue layer. Work quickly following the same idea. Spread to the corners. That base batter is dense enough that it doesn't shift as I'm spreading the light fluffy meringue layer over top. And I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and this will take about 30 to 35 minutes. The meringue layer will brown evenly across the top, but I check the doneness like any cake with a tester inserted in the center. Fresh local strawberries. You can't beat the color and taste. I wouldn't dream of showing up at Susan's without a fancy dessert in hand. After the cakes are out of the oven, I'll head to another friend's, Karen's. I need some fresh herbs. I'll probably pick up some flowers. But you know, I always look for an excuse to go there. It's just so serene.